I'm sorry if I've gotten into too much detail this afternoon. The seminar is supposed to be a generalized overview of the specialty known as plastic surgery. I have to admit there's a certain amount of glamour attached to this particular medical discipline. I don't find that entirely unpleasant. As a matter of fact, a national news magazine recently referred to us as 20th century alchemists, turning base flesh into gold. You don't have to take notes, Doctor. The ugly into the beautiful, the maimed and the deformed into the desirable. Now, I suppose there's about 5 cc's of bullshit in that description. However, I think it's good for plastic surgeons' egos, and as you all know, we have the biggest egos in the business, outside of neurosurgeons. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to have to leave about 10 minutes early this afternoon, so unless there are some further questions.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, and you'll have a nice afternoon. I'll see you later, Sandy.
I, Robert Austin Thorndyke, being of sound mind, declare this to be my last will and testament, invalidating all others. To my only son, Bradley, the supreme disappointment of my life, I present the opportunity to develop a sense of responsibility and loyalty, the 2 virtues he refused to develop on his own. To this end, I entrust him with the care and custody of my faithful dog, Scout, a model of those virtues absent in my son.
Come on, get over it.
To my son-in-law, Dr. Philip Reynolds, I extend my Christian forgiveness. Though I will forever hold you responsible for the death of my beloved daughter, Jenny, I am comforted by the fact that I will never again be forced to bear the burden of your obnoxious presence. To my granddaughter, Heather Reynolds, as a token of my eternal love and admiration, I leave the remainder of my estate, totaling approximately $5 million.
Dr. Reynolds, what about that will? $5 million to Heather? Isn't that something? Hello, Bradley. You have my deepest sympathy. What do you think, Dr. Reynolds? Will Heather ever come home?
Well, I hope so, Clara.
Oh, so tragic, her disappearing like that. You know, I think it broke old Mr. Thorndyke's heart.
Clara,
Why do you think
see you at
she
the
ran
cemetery,
away
Clara.
like that,
Right.
Dr. Reynolds?
Yes,
There
dear.
was that awful thing that happened to her boyfriend.
tragic accident. I saw the boy had a little bit too much to drink when he left my house, but I'm afraid I didn't fully appreciate the seriousness of his condition. Lights were out in the pool. He just must have been confused and just stumbled in. And my daughter was so upset she ran from the house. I'm sure she'll be returning soon.
Of course, you understand, Philip, I am happy for Heather's sake. I just hope she shows up to claim him.
It's been over a year now. I'm beginning to lose hope.
Why do funerals have to be so damn depressing?
I wasn't depressed. I mean, I really wasn't.
When I go, I hope to throw a party for me.
How long you been taking this?
A couple of months now. Dr. Garrity says my heart will outlast my liver.
Garrity's a good man.
Oh, I'll be around for a long time yet. I'm gonna run for public office again. State Senate this time. I count my chances better than even if I can get past the primary. Of course, Daddy always said I was a fool running for public office all the time.
Bradley, your daddy is dead, which is what I'm celebrating tonight.
I wonder why he hated you so much.
Oh, God, don't you know? I do the devil's work. I change the faces that God intended. I cater to man's vanity and to his lust. No, I mean it. He thought I was some kind of Frankenstein making monsters down there at the county hospital. Yeah, and I think when poor Jennifer drowned, I think he blamed me for that, too.
Poor Jenny.
Well, here's to the new state senator, and goodbye to all sad songs.
Yeah. Philip, I was thinking if you can straighten noses and things like that, you might be able to alter my features to better reflect my inner virtues.
Well, darling, you have a good day. Yeah?
It's gonna seem strange not having Daddy around. Strange but nice.
Listen, I'm sorry about that, Will. I know you had your expectations about that.
At least I outlived the old bastard. That's an accomplishment.
God, look out!
My God, look at her face.
Bradley, there's a blanket in the back of my car. Get it. Can you breathe? Can you breathe? All right, she's a little thready. Let's get her over to county.
Sandy here? Let's get her. Sandy, listen, I want you to clean out her airway, put her on an IV, check her out, and I'll be in my office, okay?
Right. Looks like she had a date with a meat grinder.
DeKalb County Police, Sergeant Dobbs speaking. Hello, DeKalb County Police. Hello. Hello, is anybody there? Hello.
Phil,
What?
the girl you just brought in, what do you think happened to her?
Yeah, she looks like somebody worked her over and tried to destroy her face.
They succeeded. By the way, did you call the police?
Yeah, I recorded it.
There's not much to report. No identification, no personal effects, nothing. Calling her a Jane Doe.
Okay, give me the workup.
She's semi-conscious, coming out of shock. Vital signs are strong, continue to improve. Nose is crushed. Left cheek is pushed in, probably the right side too. Jaw's broken 3, maybe 4 places. Also, extensive soft tissue damage.
How's the skull?
Skull looks okay. And what do you want to do?
All right, maintain the airway, stabilize the bones, pack her nose. Give me the OR in the morning. I'm going to start soft tissue repair then, all right? Sandy, how tall do you think she is?
How tall is she? We just fix faces, Phil. We don't measure.
Well, you measure this one, goddammit, and I want to know the color of her eyes, all right?
Okay, Phil.
Can you hear me? Honey, can you hear me? All right. Here, give me your hand. You're going to write your name. Here. Just take the pen. That's a girl. Write your name for me. Honey, if you just put down a big 0, we're going to have to just keep calling you another Jane Doe. Now, write your name. All right, Jane. How'd you get hurt? Somebody beat you up? All right, it's all right now. Jane, are you sure there isn't somebody you want me to notify? There's a relative, a boyfriend, a friend, somebody. Jane? Come on, honey. Just 3 big zeros, aren't you? All right, you relax. Just close your eyes. You're gonna be fine.
Take a deep breath, huh? Let it out. Take another deep breath. Let it out. Mr. Tag. A little bit more socks, please. 40 milligrams.
Val, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
She's a toughie. Let's go.
I have never seen anything like this.
Kind of a mess in there. We're gonna make a pretty lady out of this one. I don't like that. Give me a clean 15, please. Thank you very much. Harvey, I think we can make this thing work.
I think so too, Phil.
Okay, give me the skin, huh? That's gonna close up nice.
I think so.
It's a nice, good edge. All right. Lydia, how is she doing?
She's doing pretty good, except pressure's a little lower than I want it to be.
Can I have her for another hour?
Yes, sir.
All right. Where's Ruth? I got a regular circulating nurse named Ruth. Now, why the hell haven't I got her here? It's a good shape, though. It's a nice shape. Yeah, that's looking more like a pretty girl, isn't it? Dermabrader. Give her a pointy little chin, all right? No. Watch where you're going. Hey, 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 look. There's a step.
What are we doing here?
Well, I thought after all these weeks in the hospital, you might kind of like to get out. And besides, it's nice and quiet here, and we can talk.
About what?
Jane, I checked you out of the hospital today. As far as the official records are concerned, you're on your way to Dallas.
Oh, that's real nice of you to tell me.
Actually, you're going home with me.
I am. Now, I might just have something to say about that.
Yeah, I thought it might be more pleasant for you there.
You
than
hold
the
on.
hospital.
Ever since you started these operations, there has been something going on in your head, and it ain't medical. Sometimes when you look at me, it's downright creepy.
Jane, honey, how would you like to have this face?
I have a choice.
No.
Oh, I really am going to be different.
You crying? You stop it. No, I mean it. Stop it. Come on, you gotta get those bandages wet. Stop it.
Well, who is it?
It's my daughter, Heather.
What's she got to say about this?
Frankly, I don't know. She disappeared about a year ago. Jane, listen to me. Listen to me. I told you before, your own features, your own face was almost destroyed. I had to do something. Besides, you resemble her in other ways. Your eye color the same size. Your hair's a little bit lighter. I mean, I think that you might even pass for her, you know. I mean, even among people who've known her for years. Now, does that idea appeal to you at all?
What the hell for?
Well, would $2.5 million be sufficient incentive? Heather's grandfather loved Heather as much as he despised me. That was true even before my wife's accident. He blamed me for that, naturally. Anyway, about 6 months ago, the old bastard died. To his only son, he left nothing, and to my daughter, Heather, he left $5 million.
I want no trouble.
Not gonna be any trouble. Look, I can teach you everything you need to know. I mean, her mannerisms. I got tape recordings of Heather's voice. She'll study photographs of the family. Anyway, and you're only gonna have to impersonate her twice.
God, let me tell you, Heather. I get all the money.
No, you're gonna share some with your daddy.
Looks to me like Daddy's got himself enough.
No, there's never enough. This is Mattie Schuster. She's kind of sharp. Nobody's gonna worry about who you are, but somebody might worry about your attitudes, all right? Mattie Schuster be the first one. Identify it. Come on, think. I've given it to you 3 times. God damn it, identify it. Now, this is somebody you haven't seen before. This is Bradley Austin Thorndyke. He's your uncle. He's your mother's brother. He's not mine, not no kin of mine. He's a drunk, and he'll probably want to pat you on the ass more than know who you are. But don't make the mistake of thinking he's too dumb. Just kind of honey up to him, it'll be all right. Identify it.
Well, hello, Daddy. I have decided that I'm going to try and talk you a letter and see if I can figure out this new machine instead of writing you a letter this week. But I'm all back and settled at school, and I've done all the registration and everything, and I'm pleased with the courses I'm taking. I don't know if I'll be pleased with all the studying I'm going to have to do, I suppose, this semester, but I guess I will try. And look forward to Christmas vacation. I do. I am one of the laziest child.
Oh, incidentally, do you play the piano?
Mm-hmm. Chopsticks.
Yeah. That gives us a slight problem. Heather's a piano prodigy. She played her first concert with the Atlanta Symphony when she was 16.
Like I said, chopsticks.
I think I can deal with that. Now, meanwhile, if you run into something that you don't know about, you don't be marvelous and charming. You be vague and polite, you understand?
Oh, Miss Heather is always polite.
It's not bad.
Well, thank you, Daddy.
Look, you don't have to call me Daddy unless other people are around, all right?
My good old cousin Margaret likes to drink a little bit, and she likes to drink gin.
Identify.
Oh, this is Curtis Vole, and he's a cousin of Granddaddy's, and he's landed gentry or something, and he has never had to work a day in his life. So he's a historian or librarian.
He's a historian.
A historian, right, and he's written 3 volumes on the Thorndykes of Georgia.
All right. You never mentioned to him that the Confederacy lost the war either, right?
Oh, why, sir, I was unaware they did.
Identify. Heather always went for a full gin, which is why I used to beat her.
Yeah, one thing we haven't covered yet, Philip. That's Heather's mama. I at least know her name was and how she died.
Well, her name was Jennifer, and she died in a swimming accident. We were out at the lake cottage, and Jenny went swimming by herself. And I guess she got too far out into deep water, which was foolish of her. And 2 days later, they found her body. I blame myself for being unable to save her. Jen. Good night, Heather. Shh. Come on, I'm not hurting you. If I catch you near, let me know. He's gonna be a little tender. That's good. That's good.
Oh.
That's good. In 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to be a very pretty girl. And you'll be ready to meet the family.
Phil, we was just talking about her running away like that, right, sugar? Listen, if she ever tries it again, you just put her over your knee and spank her pretty little behind. You don't want to do it? I'll volunteer.
Keith, you know in your heart I will, right?
Bye-bye, Keith. Wish you wouldn't leave me alone like that.
Sugar, you're doing all right.
Margaret, when are you going to tell that husband of yours about us?
Oh, Bradley, hush. Heather! Oh, look at this little girl. Isn't she something?
Hello, Cousin Margaret.
Who'd have thought you'd come back looking so beautiful?
Or come back at all.
Heather, do you remember years ago at a Christmas party at our house? Oh, I'll never forget. It was so funny. You were just a little bit of a thing, and you were carrying around a table lighter, lighting everybody's cigarettes, and your Uncle George was there in his Santa Claus outfit. You remember what happened?
Margaret, I don't even remember that. What was it?
His beard, up in flames. Every hair on his head gone.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly hope he doesn't remember it.
Oh, I don't think he does. He's been dead 5 years.
Oh, Bradley, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
You never know he was alive to play golf with him.
Or to sleep with him either. Heather, come over here. Heather.
Heather, I'll bet you don't remember me.
Maddie Schuster. Well, Maddie, you, look younger than ever.
Aren't you a little charmer?
Heather, there's somebody over here I'd like you to meet. Would you excuse us for a minute, Maddie?
Sure.
I don't begrudge Heather getting all the money. I just wish old Mr. Thorndike could have shown some concern for the underprivileged in his will.
Miss Reynolds, welcome home.
Dr. Dean is doing some marvelous work out at Sandy Hill Home.
That Dr. Dean, the psychiatrist.
When I was a kid, we used to call it the Sandy Hill Nut House.
Uncle Bradley, for shame.
Well, excuse me for a moment, please.
If you care to drive out someday, I'd be happy to show you around.
Why, Dr. Dean, are you suggesting that I'm in need of therapy?
Well, never can tell.
Quiet, please. All right, quiet, please. As titular head of this tribe, I would like to take this opportunity to propose a toast to welcome back the Girl of the Year. To Heather.
Thank you, Uncle Bradley. And thank you all for being so kind. Now, I think my daddy and I are going to take some time off to get reacquainted again. I think we have a lot to find out about each other. Well, after all, I'm not the same old Heather. Right, Daddy? Thank you, Uncle Bradley.
Oh.
All right now. Quiet again, please. Quiet, please. Quiet. This is beginning to sound like my last speech. where I mentioned my dire need for campaign funds?
Oh, you're not letting it.
All right. Politics later. I might just mention that it would be nice if we could maintain a semblance of family unity until after the primaries are over. Right now, I would like to announce our entertainment for today. Miss Heather Reynolds will perform at the piano for our listening pleasure. Heather. Heather.
Uncle Bradley? Yes.
This be fun.
Darling, excuse me. I'm sorry. Honey. Heather. Darling, you don't have to play. It's all right. Heather, you don't have to play. It's all right. Now, listen, y'all. While Heather was gone, she had a little bit of a shock. And I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse her from playing piano this afternoon, all right? I'll tell you what, we're going outside and get a little bit of fresh air, and y'all have another drink. Memphis, honey, come on, bring some more drinks in here. Y'all enjoy. Of course she's all right, darling. She's all right. Y'all have a nice time. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Just the fresh air, that's all we need. Come on, darling. Here we go.
She's right in there trying to make trouble for him.
Very good, Miss Reynolds. With that signature, you've taken full title to the trust as established by your grandfather.
Yeah. It's easy.
It's also my duty to make one thing very clear to you, Miss Reynolds. Your grandfather displayed a rare sense of faith in your judgment when he set up this trust with absolutely no restriction. The money is all yours. As a matter of fact, if you asked me to convert it into cash and put it in a suitcase, I'd have only one question for you. What color suitcase?
Well, in that case, Mr. Clyde, you can pick the color, but I'm awfully fond of yellow. Mr. Clyde, there is one thing I would like to do. And this is my idea, and I hope nobody gets upset about it. But I have always felt that my daddy was treated unfairly in my grandfather's will. Now, it is my wish to make a gift to my daddy. I wish to make a gift of $2,500,000.
Heather, that's not at all necessary.
No, please, Daddy.
I'll get started on the paperwork right away. And I want to check with our tax department to get the most advantageous way of handling the gift tax. It's going to be a stiff one, you understand. Of course, we do have ways of softening the blow a bit.
Oh, I know you do.
Phil?
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Tad?
Good to see you.
Yeah. Take care now, here.
Thank you, Miss Heather. Oh, Miss Heather, Phil. Y'all have a nice day now, you hear?
You too, Ward. Bye.
Kansas City Municipal Bond. It's a new issue and tax-free. I like that part about not paying taxes.
You shouldn't have to worry about money. Let somebody else handle it for you.
Like Miss Heather. She let other people handle hers. Now she ain't got any.
Heather chose to run away. Nobody forced her.
She had all of this going for her, and she walked away from it. Now, that is stupid.
She lacked your sophistication.
Philip, now I'm not going to go back to the way I was, am I?
What do you mean?
If I love my new face, I'm not going back to the way I was before now, am I?
No, no, your face isn't going to change. My work is guaranteed for the rest of your life.
That's good.
God, you look like her.
I ain't.
Look, why don't we get the hell out of this house tomorrow and go and we'll have us some fun.
Hey, why don't we have some fun right now?
Come on, I'll meet you at dinner.
All right, my $2.5 million against your $2.5 million. Winner take all.
You're
Just let
on.
me change.
Here.
Hope you don't mind, Philip. I help myself.
I don't mind, Bradley. Heather, honey, come on downstairs. Your Uncle Bradley is here.
How'd you get here, Bradley? I didn't even see your car.
Splendid house. Monument to a way of life gone forever.
Bradley, you drunk?
I had hopes that it would one day be mine, but the fates would have it otherwise.
Well, what a nice surprise. Good to see you, Uncle Bradley.
Hello, Heather.
Oh, Daddy, thank you.
Hey, baby.
Well, Uncle Bradley, have a seat and let me fix you another drink.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh, this is an historic occasion. It's the first time Bradley's ever refused to drink or been at a loss for words.
Heather, would you play the piano for me?
No, Uncle Bradley, you know that
I apologize for what I did to you to the party the other night. Asking you to perform in front of all those people, but surely here, just the three of us, well, I'm sure you can play.
Bradley, she can't do it. Dr. Dean said that she'd get over it, but it's going to take time.
Such a painful problem. Please. Just place your hands on the keyboard. Oh, Uncle Bradley.
Hey. Bradley, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Place your hand. Yes.
Uncle Bradley, Bradley, please, I've really got to come in.
You're going to play piano. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, that is music to my ears. Well, whatever your name is, it's a part of the everybody but me. Bradley. Bradley.
Bradley, you want some help?
Philip, he needs one of those pills. Philip.
Bradley, you want to hear some music?
Philip, give him one of those pills.
Some of us never got past the primaries.
I, Bradley Austin Thorndyke, declare this to be my last will and testament. At my funeral, I decree that everybody is to have a damn good time.
We got your attention anyway. Folks, we're all gathered here to pay our last respects to Bradley Austin Thorndyke. Now, if anybody thinks that this funeral is a little unorthodox, you all know Bradley well enough to know that this is exactly what he specified in his will. And I'm honored that he designated me to be his last toastmaster. I'm going to be brief because I think that's the way Bradley would have wanted it. You all know how Bradley loved life and how he loved living it. As a matter of fact, just before Bradley passed away, he was sitting at our piano just playing his heart out. So here's a toast and a last farewell to our good friend. I'm going to miss him very much. Here's to Bradley. Okay, Bobby, get it on. Alex. I mean it.
Heather! Daddy, is that you? Daddy, I've made your favorite. I've made a nice roast chicken, but I hope I didn't put too much sage dressing in it. Mom always did say it gave you heartburn. I've done up some nice candied yams, and I even found some fresh okra. And I just thought it should just be like Thanksgiving dinner. Or at least Thanksgiving dinners before.
Heather.
Hello, Daddy.
Baby, baby.
Daddy, just hold on. I still have 1,001 things to do, and you have yet to introduce me to your little friend.
What? All right, Heather, this is Jane. Jane, this is Heather.
Jane what? Doe. Jane Doe. I should have known. All right, you two just go on into the parlor, and there's a bourbon and soda waiting for you, and, well, fix Jane a little something, and then when we're ready, you can open that fine bottle of Berncastle Doctor, which we like so much, and then we all will sit down to a nice, cozy dinner. Your little friend didn't eat very much, did you, Daddy?
Maybe something spoiled her appetite.
Hope it wasn't my cooking.
No, and your cooking was gorgeous.
Oh. It's a shame I had to come home on such an unhappy occasion, though.
What?
Poor Uncle Bradley.
Well, he didn't suffer much, darling. It was instantaneous. There wasn't anything I could do.
I know you did everything you could to
God,
help
it
him.
is so good to have you back. We're back together again.
Mm-hmm. All three of us.
Yeah, well, I guess I better explain Jane to you.
I wish you would.
And we found her, Bradley and I did. She's wandering around the street. She'd been beat up. Face was pretty near destroyed. I didn't have any background on her, no photographs, so I just had to give her the features I knew and loved best.
I'm flattered. But, Daddy, it was quite a shock seeing her at that cemetery today.
What do you mean, you at the cemetery?
Mm-hmm. And when you trust Uncle Bradley to have a fun funeral.
Why didn't you join us, then?
I'm not quite ready to see the family yet. But, you know, it's a funny thing about Jane. I'm sure a lot of people mistake her for me.
Oh, they do. They do all the time.
Did Uncle Bradley think that was funny?
Well, darling, you know your Uncle Bradley, anything for a laugh.
Do you remember the time he was running for coroner? And he decided he needed a corpse to practice on?
Oh, Jesus. And he got old Mrs. Burton out of the county office. The Smiths, I think it was. What do you think? My God. Then he couldn't stuff her in the back of the car because she was too long. Remember that? Couldn't bend her up. I thought I'd never get him out of there.
You never thought he'd get her out.
You care to tell me where you've been all this time? No?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I want you to tell me something.
What?
Is Granddaddy Thorndyke ill? Now, Daddy, I know he's not very fond of Uncle Bradley, but I expected to see him at the funeral.
Oh, Jesus, baby, don't you know about your grandfather?
What about him?
Heather, He's dead.
I was just thinking about Granddaddy. I should have been here.
Darling, there wasn't anything you could do if you'd been here. Your grandfather was an old man. I guess his time had come.
I'm gonna miss him. Me too. Did you know it?
I told you, you put away that bottle.
Did you know my granddaddy? No. But I sure heard a lot of pretty things about him. He was a gentleman. Yes, he was. You don't find too many of them anymore. I suppose he must have left a will.
Darling, the entire family was shocked about your granddaddy's will. I mean, he left the entire estate to the University of Atlanta.
And nothing to you or Uncle Bradley?
Well, yeah. Yes, he left his dog to Uncle Bradley.
And you know, we never could understand that.
Why don't you go to bed?
He ain't no gentleman. He's your daddy.
Go to bed.
He sure as hell ain't no gentleman. I bet you don't remember this one.
What, a duet? I do. I remember it.
A little maiden climbed an old man's knee, begged for a story. Do, Uncle, please. Why are you single? Why live alone? Have you no babies? Have you no home?
I had a sweetheart years ago. Where she is now, pet, you will soon know. Listen to the story, I'll tell it all. I believed her faithless after the ball. After the ball is over, after the break of morn, after the dance is leaving, after the stars are gone, many a heart is aching. If you could read them all, many the hopes that have vanished after the ball.
She knows, doesn't she, Philip?
Let's worry about that tomorrow.
She knows.
You can't be sure of that.
Can't you see she's funning us? You that dumb.
Honey. She could be telling the truth. I'll tell you one thing she did not know about her grandfather. He's been gone a long time.
She knows.
We worry about that tomorrow.
Morning. Sleepyhead. Your daddy tells me that, this was your room when you were a little girl. I never had no room like this. Always lots of company where I slept. Must be nice, huh? Plenty of food. Yeah. Plenty of clothes. And plenty of privacy. You smoke too much. You know, that is one nasty habit that I never did pick up. I would like to see you leave this place. Just like that. I think everyone would be much happier. What did you look like before? Nothing much. Well, I would love to change you back. Look, why don't you just go away and leave us alone? Honey, my granddaddy built this house, and I belong right here. Now, where do you belong? What's funny? Has it ever occurred to you what fun we could have with my daddy? Now, what if we were to switch identities on it? I'm sure I could imitate your voice, and you might be able to imitate mine. Yeah, I might. There, you see? And we'll trade clothes. We'll trade hairdos. I wonder how long it'd take him to catch on. Till bedtime.
That's well played, Miss Reynolds.
Well, honey, are we gonna play? We're gonna stand there looking cross-eyed. Okay, sweetie pants, here it comes, right down your throat. 8-0. Say, Daddy.
Yeah?
I thought I'd go into Atlanta on Friday. May I use your car?
Yeah, baby. You want to do some shopping?
No, 8-1. No, I want to see that lawyer, what's his name? The one that, handles all Granddaddy's affairs.
Oh, you mean Mr. Branch?
That's it. Mr. Branch. And I want to talk to him about Granddaddy's will. I don't want to play anymore. You know, Daddy, it just doesn't seem right to me that he would leave all of his estate to the university. You know, I just wonder if his poor old mind was right when he put together that will.
Phoebe. I think you're right. I think you ought to go down there.
What time do you think you'll be at Chihuahua?
Late.
Daybreak?
Yeah.
You know what we gotta do?
Aren't you even gonna give me a lifeline?
Shit, that's what I was saying.
What time? What time do you think?
Philip, maybe there is another way.
Like what?
Pay her off. Hey, I'll split the money.
She wouldn't take the money. You don't know that.
All right. Philip, I really don't like the idea of getting mixed up.
Look, you're not getting mixed up in anything. If anybody's gonna do anything, it's gonna be me. Just stop trying to think, all right? I mean, I've taken pretty good care of you up to now.
Yeah, I guess Heather could have a little bad luck. I've had my share.
That's him. Big guy behind the bar, bartender. Won't be the first time for him. I've seen some of his work.
How do you find out about somebody like him?
A doctor. Doctors find out about things. There's not much about this town I don't know.
How's he gonna do it?
I didn't ask him how he's going to do it. I told him it's going to be fast and it's going to be painless, all right? Shit, I don't even know if I can go through with this. Christ, it's my baby, you know that.
I'm your baby.
Yeah, you're my baby. Come here, baby.
With her that night. What?
You got it!
Hi. Listen, sweetheart, can you come pick me up in a little while? I really need to talk to you. No, they're not here. They've gone up to the lake to go swimming. It's unreal. She's afraid of me. Daddy. It's as though nothing ever happened. Listen, honey, we'll talk about it. Just please come, and soon. All right. No, I'm fine, But I'm waiting for you. Okay, bye-bye.
Morning, Miss Reynolds. Daddy told me to drop over and take a look at your pipes.
What pipes?
Water pipes down in the basement. Said there were some bad leaks.
Oh, I see, you're a plumber.
Well, that's right. Even brung all the tools. The basement. Want to show me where it is?
Oh, sure, right this way. I just can't understand why Daddy didn't tell me you were coming. Careful now.
I reckon he wanted to give you a surprise.
Come on in, Philip, y'all scared cat.
goodness, you've cut your hand.
It's nothing, Miss Reynolds.
Can I offer you a cup of coffee?
Oh, no, Miss Reynolds. Thank you kindly just the same. Tell your daddy I found what the trouble is. I'll have to order some parts. It'll be a few days.
It's fine.
You don't remember me, do you?
I was trying to.
The Blue Banana. I used to bartender down there nights. I do plumbing to moonlight.
That's right. I just didn't recognize you without a bottle in your hand.
I poured many a tall one for you, Miss Reynolds. Remember that summer a couple of years back? Used to come in there almost every night with that blonde boy. What's his name? The one with the funny ears.
Donna Newman?
Whatever happened to him?
He died.
Well, do you think we ought to give up, or what do you say we shoot it out? Well, anyway, be polite.
May I see some identification, please?
Yes, officer.
All right, Dr. Reynolds. What about you, miss?
I'm his daughter.
What?
I said I'm his daughter.
Miss, I don't know what kind of a game you're playing, but I think you better tell this officer the truth. She's not my daughter, officer. I just picked her up at the lake hitchhiking. I don't even know her name.
Get out of the car, miss. Right now.
I think you better do as the officer said.
Daddy, it really is hell. Listen, we decided this morning that we were going to change places. Just see if we could fool you.
I think you better get out of the car.
God damn you, Reynolds. I'm going to get you for this.
When I tell you to get out, get out. Come here! No, you don't, little girl. You are in.
When you cross over there, you kill him.
Oh, but you better go get her.
Oh, I'll go get her. But it's gonna cost you double. Go get her, goddammit!
I'm hungry.
You've been a naughty girl.
Heather?
Hi, Daddy.
Where have you been?
I just went for a walk.
Don, you mustn't go off like that.
Oh, Daddy, don't be so silly. Sweetheart, where's Jane?
Heather, I'm afraid I got some bad news about Jane.
Oh, honey, you want a drink?
Hey, listen to me, Jane's not coming back. There was an accident out at the lake, and Jane's dead.
How'd it happen, Daddy?
It doesn't really matter how it happened. The important thing is that she's gone. Darling, Jane was a threat to us. She was dangerously jealous of the love that we have for each other. And that accident was for the best.
Daddy, I was planning on doing some shopping because there's really not a bit of food in this house, so could you give me your car keys?
Give you the car keys?
Yeah, I'm just gonna call.
Honey, look. I'm not gonna give you the car keys. I'm afraid you run away again.
Oh, don't be foolish, Daddy. What I want to do is I want to get us some steaks and some wine, and we're gonna have ourselves a nice dinner. Just the two of us. You know, I never could stand that, Jane, don't you?
I'll tell you something. That bitch had a mean streak in her.
Yes, she did indeed, Daddy. She had a mean streak in her. Now, give me the car keys, Daddy.
Baby, where'd you go that night?
What night?
Oh, come on. You know what night, and... The night I drowned old Donald in the pool. Old faggoty Donald, his goddamn curly yellow hair, boy. I tell you, I hated that boy. I caught him raping you. Well, I had to avenge your honor, didn't I?
Oh, my God. Daddy.
Hey. Come on. Listen, it's like a nightmare, that's all. You got bad images in your head. They're not gonna be there for a long time. I'll take them out. You just let me wipe them away. You just let me take care of it. Let me comfort you, okay?
Daddy, give me the car keys.
I'm afraid you're going away again. Hey, wait a minute. You're not afraid of me, are you?
Of course not. No, I was thinking about Jane.
Darling, Jane's face was the most beautiful thing I ever made, and I ever did.
for you, you know that.
For me?
Baby, she was beautiful, but she was just a cheap imitation of what you are. I mean, that's what I was doing. I was just making a substitute.
Oh, no.
No, I don't need no substitute.
Daddy, please don't.
Baby, come on. Baby.
Daddy, please don't. Daddy, please. No, really, this isn't right. Daddy, this isn't.
Don't fight with me, please. Come on.
Daddy, don't.
Crazy son of a bitch. Never could tell us apart. What's that?
Something Bobby gave me.
Who's Bobby?
Dr. Robert Dean. My psychiatrist. You met him at my coming home party, remember?
Oh, yeah. Sandy Hill Nut House.
Jane, that's where I've been for the past year and a half. Since I saw my father put Donald in the water.
Who's Donald?
The boy. A boy my daddy drowned.
Typical.
My granddaddy was the only one that knew where I was. He was the one that took me there. It must have been, 6 months anyway. They were questioning me, finding answers, and digging, making me remember what happened that night. Till they finally convinced me that it was real. And that my daddy was a sick. After Dean saw you, he told my Uncle Bradley, and Uncle Bradley was furious, and they were both ready to put Daddy away right then and there. And I had to beg them for a little time because despite all their questions, despite all their answers, they could never give me a reason. I had to come home to find that. Jane, what happened here that night, Uncle Bradley?
I can tell you.
Dr. Reynolds? Dr. Reynolds, can you hear me? Dr. Reynolds? Good morning. Heather suggested that I drop by, Dr. Reynolds. She believes you need help. But she's told me all about this imaginary person, Jane.
Daddy, who is this Jane?
It seems that this Jane is quite real to you at times. Well, Heather tells me you even hold conversations with her. And other activities. It's typical in cases of this nature for the subject to experience manifestations of subconscious mental activity in the form of hallucinatory phenomena, taking an intensely realistic form. And I think that through the proper help and possibly a restricted environment, I think that... But there have been cases, as a matter of fact. Between the two of us, we might be able to come up with a workable solution.
What a cock of horseshit. Look, Philip. No hands.
Hey, listen, I'll be with you all in a minute, all right?
Okay.
Fellas said they'd take me to the airport. Come on, boys, let's get out of here. How long will this cure take, Bobby?
As long as it takes to prove his sanity. To our satisfaction.
Philip, I'm not going to change back, am I?
What do you mean?
I love my new face. No, I'm not going to change back the way I was before, am I?
No, your face isn't going to change, no. My work is guaranteed for the rest of your life.
Bye-bye, Philip. Let it ring. Please.
Well, that's it. There's nobody at the house. She's over an hour late.
Mr. Clyde? Mr. Branch?
Miss Reynolds.
Good morning, gentlemen. And I do apologize for being so late, but with one thing and another, well, I think you understand. But I did notice that you have my suitcase.
Just as you requested.
Oh, my goodness, isn't it light for $2.5 million?
Well, most of it's in $1,000 bills. You didn't specify how you wanted it broken down.
Oh, no, that's quite all right.
Now, Miss Heather, if you'll just sign this release, clearing the bank of all responsibility. How would you like us to handle this deed of gift for your father?
I think we should postpone that indefinitely. So if y'all will just keep everything in my account, as Heather Reynolds, invest wisely for me.
Be happy to.
Fine. Thank you so very much, Mr. Clyde. Mr. Branch, excellent seeing you.
Thank you very much, Miss Reynolds. Have a nice trip. Bye.
Oh, Mr. Clyde! Y'all have a nice day now, here?
Thank you.